Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be working on E.T, the Extra-Terrestrial from Fanhome, Stage 65. This is going to be mostly hooking up wires. So into pack, and we have some screws actually. I think that's for the micro switches. But in this pack we have a bunch of cables. I'm not going to open any of them that I don't need to do this stage, because you can see here I've got the other parts from, I think it was stage 62 still sitting here. So we have, let's see, 60, right index finger connector cable. I believe this is, yeah, it's these two. Head connector cable, relay connector cable, which is these, or times 3. We've got a couple of micro switches here, another micro switch, and some screws. So the first thing they want us to do, and I'm not quite ready for prime time because I don't have it, is to use the battery box to rotate this and this to the top position. They had us put them in the bottom position when we built it. But like I said, I don't have the battery box here right now. So I'm going to pause and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Normally I check things like that. Didn't think about it. So we're going to plug in the black wire to the black wire. Oops, that's red. Let's do this right. The black to the black, red to the red. And like I said, they had it in the instructions. It showed this in the down position. They want you to have it in the up position. So I'll rotate that. Then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Doesn't say why, it just says that that's where it needs to be. I'm guessing that it has something to do with the well, yeah, it has to do with where the micro switch goes. Do the same thing on this side, because that's going to be a limiting switch. And now that one's in the up position as well. Arm rotate, micro switch 65-4, which is the 2. So we'll go ahead and open this part of the package. And like I said, this I'm pretty sure is a limiting switch, because I think the arm will go up and then down on it, with the controller. But they don't want you to go too far. That usually is bad. It leads to bad things, as they say, and things break. So we've got two of the same. What you've got here is a switch that will press as the thing comes around. It'll push the switch in, breaking the circuit. So I'm just looking on the right-hand side. It should be like this. I'll lay him on his side. It should be like this, with the metal part of the switch, the part that moves, towards the front. Actually, it will be the same on both. So it's interchangeable. There are holes for screws in here. And so you put it on one way or the other, depending on which way it needs to face. That was almost painful. I caught my fingernail in the, or with the knife. Set that on there. Switch is supposed to face forward. It says, please note, it does not say what the orientation of the switches should be. It just says, please note the orientation of the switch. And with the screw not grabbing hold very well, or the screwdriver not grabbing hold very well, it fell off. So we'll put the screw through there. Get it started. Maybe we'll get it started. It's not behaving right now. Okay. It keeps falling out of the hole. So we'll stand E.T. up on his side. See if I can get this to line up. And of course, I'm not getting it to go in. There we go. Got that one started. We'll get the other one started as well. And then we'll tighten them both down. So you just tighten this down in place. And it does go quite a ways down. You get it firm, but not overly tight. And hopefully these will be better than the X-Wing micro switches. So you can see the touch is on there. It's going to rotate around. It'll depress the switch. The reason you don't push it further, you don't want it going. The reason that for the micro switch is it's going to stop it there, and then when it comes time for it to go the other direction. So if this is raised the arm, this will, you'll rotate it. The polarity will reverse, and so it'll go the other direction. So let's do the. It's like, where's the other switch? Let's do the second one. Again, it will face forward like this. It'll sit on here like that. Get the screw into the hole first. And come on, wires, get out the way. We'll drop it into the hole, into the screw hole. Got that one started. That's not good. Since they do not provide extra screws, I just had a screw go missing in action. I have one more that I have to, or two more screws that I have to have, and one is missing. So I may have to pause here for a minute to figure out where that screw went. I mean, I'm sure it could be held in by one screw. But like I said, since they do not provide any extra screws in this build, this could be really bad. This could be a couple week delay while I wait for them to ship the screws. It was right here. Okay, so let me pause real quick and see if I can figure out where that screw went. Fortunately, I have magnets. I should be able to find it, hopefully. So I'll be back when I find that screw. Okay, so I just looked Didn't find the screw, wasn't finding the screw, so I went back and re-looked at the video that I just recorded. There's only 5 screws, and the book says there's only 5 screws. So, don't be me, there's only 5 screws here. So the next thing they want us to do, interesting that the motor cable they actually have coming out up here. Just notice this, that my motor cable is for the neck is coming out in the wrong spot according to the instructions. Just in case something screwy goes on in there. So they have it coming down like this, coming down through here, eventually through here. I'm just looking at this. I wonder if my cable is maybe pinched in there somewhere because it's not coming out where they're showing theirs. On the other hand, it does work, so I'm not going to mess with it. But the next thing they want us to do is rotate the neck motor until there's a hole in here that should line up. Is that a hole or is it a screw? Hole in the front of the neck connector, highlighted in red. Okay, they say in the front of the neck connector, but that's kind of hard to see the front of the neck connector because you got the heart light in there already. So we'll use the back. Whoops, I think I went too far. Oh no, there it is. So I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up. The screwdriver won't drop it through there, it's too big. Or the smaller one should. The screwdriver pokes through there like that. There you can see that small hole in there. They wanted you to rotate it to there. Then that puts this little lever into that position on the left there. So now let me open the end of the bag here and get the other limiting switch out. And this one, and that's why it only has 2 screws or 5 screws instead of 6, because this one, you see right there, there's a pin that it sits on right there. And so they want this one to go in here. I'm sure they want the wire to go up and around this bracket. That's not it. Hang on. Let me turn him to where I can actually see that. Hang on a second. As I'm looking at this, it does not look, and I'm going under here, I don't care what the instructions say. Not getting it to line up on that pin. interesting that it is pretty close to being depressed when it's in place. Let's get this screw in here. Tighten it all the way down till it's snug. Picture in the magazine shows it a little bit further, so let me see what I can do. It shows a little bit separated, while this is not. And of course it's going the other direction of what I want it to. That is quite a bit different from what they're showing. Okay, now let me reverse these back. I want that hole to be showing. It's not completely depressed, but it is up against the switch there. It does not really say. Other cable. Okay. So for right now, I will bring this up and around like I'm sure they're going to want it to go. But I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it routed this way, because they're going to want it to route up this way. It's going to be better coming out of here. And so they want, that's the front, they want the left switch cable, this one here, the limiting cable, to come, I'm on the wrong side, it's got to be on the front. So left and right, the switches are going to go into the top holes here. The power cables, the motor cables are going to go into the bottom holes here. So the switch is going to come up here and plug in. This JST connector will plug in. Come on. I don't want to grab the cables with anything because they're rubbery. They don't feel like they're really solid wires. Okay, so I'm plugging these in the wrong order, but it doesn't matter as long as they're plugged in. So like I said, the wires for the switch will go into the top plugs. Wires for the motors go into the bottom plugs. Come on, get in there. Just like that. And so we have our first final connections on ET. Then we're going to turn him over and we're going to, yeah, they have the cables routing down through here. Although they don't have the switch cable, they don't have routing down through there, which is good. So we'll run this one down through here, and the switch will connect on the top over here on the left. And then the motor is supposed to run down through here. That's the way they have it routed. Actually, that will probably work because there's a ton of extra cable that way. That's going to run over here and plug in like that. So we have 6 cables plugged in to the board at this point. Pull this up a little bit. Plenty of cable there. Same with these, plenty of cable on these. This one's still hanging. But that, my friends, is all there is to do on ET for this stage. We still have several cables left over. We've got these cables left over. I'm going to go ahead and cut the top of this bag off. We've got these parts from, I believe it was stage 63. So we'll see what comes in the next stages. Hope you're enjoying this build. It is a pretty good engineered model. Had a little bit of a fright there because I thought I lost one of the screws, and they don't give you any extra screws. But I'm enjoying ET quite a bit. A lot more than some of the other part works. They did a good job on him. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. And I will see you in the next video or stream.
Model mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models. Workman's model mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models.